Welcome to the Real Recap Podcast. I'm your host, Damien, my co-host, Chad. How are you doing?
I am absolutely splendid. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. As we always do, want to talk about some topics before we get to our main point. We're doing top 10 Westerns today. Film genre that I haven't watched a lot of, but over the last week, I've really dove deep into all of these films and just the genre in total. But Chad, let's go ahead and start off with what you've been watching. What have you watched? Give me some general thoughts.
Okay, so I recently added a couple more Dolby Atmos speakers to my system and repositioned my front Atmos presence speakers, and I wanted to really see the difference I made. And I rewatched Dune 1 and 2,
Hmm.
the remakes, because they are Dolby Atmos heavy in the
Yeah,
soundtracks, and they are just out. They sound outstanding. They sound as good as they look, which is 10 out of 10 perfect in my eyes when you're trying to have like a pretty movie to watch.
yep.
And then my dad was in town and he never saw the Batman, and I wanted him to again have a really good Dolby Atmos experience, see a different Batman that he's ever seen, and he absolutely loved it. Loved the Batmobile. Agreed with me immediately. This is the best
Yeah,
Batmobile that ever existed, and he even recognized, like, is that Colin Farrell? I'm like, yeah.
yeah.
And he rarely recognizes actors like that. So yeah, I watched those. I probably watched a couple more.
Mm,
I've been just rewatching some older movies, but
yeah.
yeah. What
I
you been
mean,
watching, man?
is it a hot take to say The Batman is the best Batman movie over The Dark Knight? I mean, because I look at it as like, if you look at what's true to Batman, because, you talk about Batman. I've been rewatching the animated series, forgot how good the animated series is.
So good.
So good. It's on HBO Max, and
I have it on Blu-ray if you ever need it.
that's good to know. I truly think now, it's been a few years, but I think The Batman is a better Batman movie than The Dark Knight. What now? The Dark Knight, you can say, is a better movie, but if we're
Two
talking
different
about
things.
Batman movie, it's Robert Pattinson, The Batman. Um, yeah, I've honestly been working on a lot of movies. Which one of them, Chad, when I bring it up, I know you were mad at me about. But I watched 13 Ghosts, a early to
Oh, it's a
late,
good
yeah,
movie.
early 2000s, late
Yeah.
90s. Um, and I thought it was really good, really fun time. I remember watching it so much when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
Ooh.
It's solid. It's solid. It's a fun time, but like the character designs don't really hold up as well. I think the editing's really weird. It does a lot of like flash panning you. Then went and for some reason I wanted to watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first movie. That is a childhood classic for me. I
Yes.
loved that movie all the time when I was younger. I mean, when I was watching it, my mom could hear and she's like, "Are you watching Power Rangers? Like, what is wrong with you?" Um,
You tell
I
her that you're a cultured gentleman and you'll
exactly.
watch what asks of
Oh
you
yeah,
and asks
absolutely.
of
I
you.
love the TV
Yes.
shows. I watched them as much as, or I watched them a ton as a kid. Unfortunately, the movie just does not hold up. I gave it a 1 out of 5. I think the biggest blunder of this movie is you have the Rangers out of their costumes, out of their suits for so long of this film. I mean, after the first act, they're not in anything until you get to the new planet, and then they become ninjas. Which, whatever, they're cool, but like, then the second biggest part is this might have the worst CGI I've ever seen in a movie. Period.
Oh yeah, for sure. Please remind me, is this the one where they fight Ivan Ooze?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And it's campy. I got annoyed. If you took a shot for every time they did a flip, you'd be blacked out. I mean,
That's every
wasted.
Power Rangers
Oh yeah,
episode
for sure.
ever.
But this one, I feel like it's so much extra that I just couldn't handle it. 1 out of 5. I'll still watch this movie. I'm gonna show my son this movie. Like, it's a part of my childhood. But if we're looking at it as a movie, it's a 1 out of 5.
I'll
Uh,
go with two. We'll go with
then
two.
I finished the Dollars trilogy, so I watched for a few dollars more. I watched The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, which we'll talk about. I rewatched Arrival, 5 out of 5. I forget how good that movie is every
Hmm.
single time I watch it. I rewatched the remake of It that came out in 2017 at this point, 2018, something like that. 4 out of 5, really good horror movie. Have some issues with the CGI that they use in it. Andy Muschietti, who directed the second one and a movie called Mama, just is known for wacky, weird CGI. Then today I had a little bit of a movie marathon and I rewatched The Thing, John Carpenter's masterpiece. I do want to say, Chad, we were so excited for the 4K. Visually, 4K is perfect.
Yeah.
No Dolby Atmos on the 4K. I never realized that. What a miss, because I have a Dolby Atmos setup that you graciously gave me, and you can really tell that it needs that Dolby Atmos upgrade.
The thing is, they can only do so much with an original soundtrack before they're just altering it too much. You know, you can take, like, that might even been a Stereo 2.0 original soundtrack.
It was a Stereo 2.0, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't do much. You can't go from 2.0 to Atmos. You can do 5.1 to Atmos, and that works pretty well with the right company or guy mixing it.
Right.
But yeah, stereo is rough.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I've been like on a grind of movies recently. Like the movie I watched before it has Dolby Atmos, and like I switched to The Thing, and I can notice the sound difference, and it's just I'm sitting there the whole time loving the movie. 5 out of 5.
See if you can put that system into stereo mode. And not auto decode. That might sound a lot better.
Yeah, it still sounded good, but I just the thing with Dolby Atmos, I think would make the experience so much better.
It would have been insane if it was possible.
Then I rewatched American Psycho with Christian Bale, 4.5 out of 5.
So good.
Great movie. And then I finished the day off with the first Conjuring movie, which gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Kind of doesn't hold up as much anymore. I've always preferred the sequel, but this one has a lot of tropes that it set the pace for it. The jump scares, right? This and Insidious around that time really made horror movies jump scary. They use them all the time. And this one, I think as time goes on, doesn't age as well for me. And the third act just kind of doesn't do it for me with the whole mother trying to kill her kids. Just kind of loses its sauce to me. But yeah, that's what I've watched. I did want to talk about one thing that Disney is doing. Once again, Disney, the company that just keeps trying to ruin cinema.
They fired. Sorry, no, I'm thinking of Sony. Continue.
No, you're thinking of Disney. You're thinking of Disney where
fired
they fired
all their whole home media division.
Yeah,
right.
And that partially is because Sony is putting out all of their movies now. Or is going to be
a good thing,
which is good.
Good job, but yes.
But that doesn't stop Disney from one day stopping that and then never putting anything out on physical. I want to talk about Disney because we talked the last podcast about Dune 3 signing an exclusivity rights with IMAX. So IMAX is not going to show Avengers Doomsday at all in their theaters. Okay, so Disney was at giant like Comic-Con like CinemaCon is what it's called. Okay. And they announced Infinity Vision. And this is their attempt to come at IMAX. So basically what Infinity Vision is they are taking, so for us, we live in Arizona, so we have Harkins. So you know how Harkins has that screen, the Cinema XL, their premium screen? All they're doing is slapping Infinity Vision approved. There's no new technology. There's nothing. All they are doing is they're taking all of the screens that have higher end projectors that movie theaters already have, slapping a label on it, and saying this is the best way to watch Avengers Doomsday. Completely crazy to me, first off. Second off, what also sucks about this is, so the Cine XL movie theaters inside of Harkins are like $2 to $3 more per ticket, I think.
Yeah.
Infinity Vision, what it's going to allow movie theaters to do is charge a lot more because it's a premium experience like the Dolby theaters and the IMAX theaters when it's just the label. For instance, there's movies out there who will say, hey, you go watch this in IMAX. Doesn't mean it was filmed on IMAX. You're getting an upscale. You're not getting an actual IMAX view.
You're not getting the full experience.
Yes. They're doing that, but completely all the time. There's no camera update. Like, there's no enhanced cameras, everything.
It's just a money grab.
It's a money grab.
And making it a proprietary system.
Exactly. Just because they are so butthurt that they can't put Doomsday in IMAX, which I don't think this affects this. I think Disney's going to see real fast that people want good quality movies. And I'm not saying Doomsday is not going to be quality, But previous, these last 3 years, 4 years since Endgame, however long it's been, the quality of MCU movies and just Disney movies in general have gone super down.
The MCU craze is gone and over with.
Oh
They need
yeah.
to accept it is no longer their cash
Yep.
cow. It was
Exactly.
amazing while it lasted. They got their
Yep.
money's worth. It is time to move on.
Yeah, and they just won't.
They,
They just
they're
won't.
trying to get blood from a stone or water from a stone,
Yeah, I
and
mean
it's dried.
they're bringing back Captain America, which I always said, don't
They,
ruin the end of
oh,
Endgame.
they ended America's so
Yeah,
well.
so well, and they're gonna bring
Oh,
him back. I mean, obviously we know Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, which I can kind of give a pass at because of the whole multiverse thing. Like whatever,
I'll give it a
whatever.
try.
But you bring back Captain America for basically no reason. But Disney's going to see that whatever they try to do, I think people are going to go see Dune 3 first. Two fantastic movies. 5 out of 5s for everyone, mostly, right?
We really need people to speak with their wallet the way they feel about
Yes,
Disney.
exactly. And I don't think this Avengers movie is going to do 1.5 billion like they want.
I think it's gonna be
It'll
the
still hit a
lowest grossing.
billion. It'll still hit a
I think it's
billion.
gonna be surprisingly low grossing, and
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be a reality check for Disney.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like this is a big year for Disney. They got Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out. I think in 2 months. Which it's a Spider-Man movie. Even though I don't care for Tom Holland, I'll still go see it, especially because the Punisher's in it and it's John
I will
Bernthal.
see it now. Yeah,
Yeah, it's John Bernthal.
I am
So,
so ready for his new series. Oh my
oh
god!
yeah, I think it's is it a brand new series or is it like a limited time event? Like it's a 2 hour movie kind of something like that. It's called
Don't
Punisher
recall.
Last Kill, One Last Kill or
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk about it just because I got pretty heated reading Disney's press release about it because it's just such a slap in the face. Basically, it's cool for movie theaters because they get to make more money on the ticket. Not mad at movie theaters for doing it, 100%. But this is such a spiteful way to come out IMAX, and also just like you're lying to your competition, you're lying to the consumers. It's just disgusting, but it's Disney. I mean, it's expected at this point.
We can expect only so much. They're
I
like the
mean,
Nintendo of the
yeah, they
movie
ruined.
world.
I mean, this is the company that ruined Star Wars. Like,
Yep.
Star Wars is a television series, like television franchise now. Think about
Yeah.
that. That is insane.
Ugh, George Lucas, why did you so?
I know. I've been seeing clips of the Mandalorian and Grogu, like just the little teasers. It looks like the TV show. It's just a long episode.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not going to see it. This will be the first Star Wars movie of my lifetime that I've not gone to see in theaters. I do not care to watch it. I've no interest at all. But yeah, let's go ahead, Chad. Let's get into our top 10 westerns. Let's go ahead and start with you. Your number 10, or if you have any honorable mentions,
Okay.
let's hear it.
All right. Well, my number 10 is starting off with Mr. Clint in Pale Rider. Clint's character is basically a preacher, a very mysterious preacher, arrives in a small mining camp that is being played over by bandits that want the mining rights to the mine and to the land because they know that there is a lot of gold, a lot of very valuable minerals there that they're not getting to yet. And these are very kind of timid, very laid back folk, and Clint's character stands on business as the preacher, and the bandits find that out pretty quickly. He's also got a mysterious past because obviously the man is good with the gun.
Yeah,
Uh,
as
and
he
he's a
always
preacher.
is. Yep.
Yeah, God, and it's really good. It's classic Clint. It's got some weird some weird premise in it because spoiler alert. There's the main character, one of the miners. The guy's wife and his daughter are freakishly attracted to even old Clint back then, and she's her character is 15 years old. The mom's 50, 40. So if you can get over that weird sexual tension towards Clint, it's a great movie.
Is that a
Great
movie
scenes.
directed by him?
I don't know if it was directed by him. Oh wait, yes, it is.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So yeah,
Okay.
but great movie. Again, can't it's Clint Eastwood. Doesn't
Yeah.
make a bad western.
Just little sidebar real fast. Has
Lay it
there
on me.
ever been an actor who has owned a genre as much as Clint Eastwood? I don't think.
The Duke, John
Mm,
Wayne.
I prefer Clint Eastwood though.
I know because he's close. He's
More
way
modern
less campy.
movies. Yeah,
Yes,
way
he's way
less
less campy.
campy. I
He
think
made it.
better actor, better
He made
director
yeah.
for
He was
the
definitely different
genre.
calibers. He made westerns more gritty, more dirty, more violent,
Yeah.
and more probably what it was closer to like in those
Yep.
days in the Wild West.
Yeah, I mean, I really think like yeah, John Wayne and maybe like a Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and like their kind of respective
Hmm.
genres, but like otherwise, like Steven Seagal and his genre of Steven Seagalness. Um, but I've never really seen an actor just dominate a genre like this, especially with
Oh,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
good movies.
And he did the
Uh,
show The Rifleman before he even got started on movies completely in black and white, which he
oh, I
kind
didn't
of
know
cut his
that.
teeth
Yeah.
on Western. Yeah, The Rifleman. That's where he got started.
Okay.
I think he was like 20 years old, super young.
Okay. So my number 10 is actually an animated movie that I watched, and that was Rango, directed
Okay.
by Gore Verbinski, who did the Pirates of the Caribbean original trilogy. Johnny Depp stars as a lizard, and basically it takes what I love about it is it's a perfect movie to introduce anyone to the Western genre. It takes all of the tropes. Rango, the main character, he's kind of like, I don't want to be the hero, but he's kind of forced into it. You have a cool looking villain with the rattlesnake, and it takes all the tropes of the Western genre, of all of the good movies, and puts them in an animated movie. So it's good for everyone. It's a good family film. I
Good
think
take.
I think it's just so much fun. Like if I want to watch a western, I probably will put this on first, especially with my son. So yeah, Rango's my number 10. Chad, what is your number 9?
All right. Speaking of number nine, and speaking of John Wayne again, I couldn't have a top 10 without having a John Wayne movie. This movie is near and dear to my heart. This is a movie that I watched with my grandfather. It's called The Shootist. So the, the movie is about an aging gunfighter. The character's name is J.B. Brooks. He's dying of cancer.
Mm,
And this guy is a notorious gunfighter. I mean, he has got such a premise and a stigma and reputation. He's essentially heads to this town to die and, to be forgotten, fade away. And, while he's there, everybody's recognizing him. He's being called out left and right. And he decides to go out on his own terms and have one last gunfight, a pretty substantial gunfight for John Wayne, and just it's really gritty because you see him shooting and get shot a lot and
mm,
really put up the fight, to the end of his life.
yeah.
Spoiler alert, he dies in the end, but he dies on his own terms. And I really like it because it's true to its form. Again, the man's dying. He's dying on his own. He's going out on his own terms,
Hmm.
and it's very relatable of kind of how some of us would like to go out if we were
Yeah.
given the choice. So I love it. I know you probably have never seen it,
No.
but you're probably not that big of a John Wayne fan. I would see The Shootist. I would
Okay.
take some time to watch The Shootist.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list. I mean, John Wayne, I've seen clips of, and I've definitely seen like probably like one or two of his movies fully through. I don't know which ones, but I know I've seen them.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, obviously it's a product of his time, so I can't even like
Yes.
hold anything against it. But it's just not my type. I
Yeah.
struggle
I
with the
get it.
Western genre already, just because they're typically really slow burns and they
Yep.
are very similar in a lot of ways. Um, but no, I definitely will watch it, especially since it's like kind of the ending of his career, ending of
Yeah.
that type of genre for the Western, like and moving into the Sergio Leone and the Clint Eastwood
Hmm.
time and stuff like that. So yeah, my number 9 is Django Unchained. I think the newest, actually second newest movie on my list. Uh, Quentin Tarantino, I love the performance in this by Jamie Foxx. You have Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, given one of the best performances of his career. And then you also have, I forget the German guy's name, but he's in Inglorious Bastards as well. And just, it's super fun. I think Jamie Foxx is so charismatic. He's, a free slave and he's going around and you're dealing with like, he's dealing with these racists at the time. And you kind of see like at the height of the racism of this world, you know, like Leonardo DiCaprio, when he kind of steps into the movie, he has two black guys fighting each other, wrestling each other just for fun, right?
Hmm.
And then you have Samuel L. Jackson, who is just like the cherry on top and is probably the funniest character in this.
He made a quote saying he was the most hateful and I'm trying to think of his terminology. He was reading the script and Tarantino was like, "Oh, you want me to be the most hated black man ever on the screen
Yeah,
because he is villainous."
absolutely. You know, and the movie is, I think probably Quentin Tarantino's funniest movie, especially when you have
Yeah,
the guys in the white capes who can't see out of their holes.
it's Don Knotts and who else is it?
Yeah, and it's
Jonah Hill.
yeah, and it's just so fucking funny.
Yeah,
It's so
I can't
funny.
see shit in here.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
let's just agree she did a nice job on the bags, but she could have done a little nicer.
exactly.
So
So
funny.
it's just such a fun watch. And honestly, like Quentin Tarantino's known for longer movies, and this one flies by. It's really
Yes.
good pace. So that is my number 9. Chad, what is your number 8?
Number 8 is a really I wouldn't call it spaghetti western, but it's more faster paced, definitely action paced. The Quick and the Dead with
Hmm.
Russell Crowe, Cheryl Stone. Essentially, a female gunfighter, Sharon Stone's character, comes to a town where they have a yearly gunfight. Everybody's on a board. It's a bracketed gunslinger fight, dueling, of course. And but the thing is, God, I'm trying to think of the villain's name. God, that sucks. I can't think of it. He was the older gentleman from The Hunt for Red October. No,
Oh,
not Sean Connery. I may think of a different
I
movie.
was gonna say Sean Connery.
No, it's not Sean Connery. It'll probably come to me as I'm discussing this. Anyways, it's
Gene
Working
Hackman.
Gun. Gene Hackman. Thank you very much.
Oh,
So
Leonardo
Russell,
DiCaprio's in this too.
yes, he's very young. Thank you for reminding me about that. But Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman killed Sharon Stone's father in front of her really early on. So she's there to fight him in the gunfight. And again, has a whole list of characters that she deals with. Leonardo DiCaprio, super young. He's a gun shop owner that essentially has to arm Russell Crowe's character. I think his name is Cord or Cordell.
Yeah.
And he was an ex gunslinger trying to live a life of peace. And Gene Hackman and his posse stole him from a church in Mexico. He was a preacher, killed everybody there to force him to fight. And it's a great scene, again, at DiCaprio's gun store where they're trying to get him a gun to fight. And he's like, I don't have no money. Gene Hackman's like, I'll tell you what, I'm feeling very, I'm feeling like I want to give you some charity. What's the biggest hunk of shit you have here? And they go from him showing them like these beautiful customized gunfighter revolvers to a thing he pulls out of like a tackle box, and he fights with that through the movie. So I love the movie. Lots of action, lots of campiness, kind of like comic booky. And
Yeah.
I really like it. So
I haven't seen it, but I definitely will now because of how you described it. Also has Tobin Bell from the Saw franchise who plays
yeah,
Jigsaw. And then Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead and Army of Darkness is
yeah.
also in this. So
I have it on 4K.
what a good cast. Yeah, what a
It's
good cast.
great. Yeah,
So this one technically counts as a Western, kind of a cop out, but my number 8 is Wind River, directed by Taylor Sheridan, who for the new age of Western has really stepped up to the plate. I mean, did Yellowstone, did
I love Wind River.
1927, I think that 1970, what was it, 1876 or something like
Yeah.
that, the prequel. He's kind of stepped in as the new head of the Western genre. He did Marshalls, which just came out, which has characters from Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
He also did Tulsa King. He's kind of doing his thing. But this was kind of the movie that really put him on the map, that allowed him to start writing Yellowstone. And yeah, I don't want to spoil it. It's such a wild ride. So much happens. It's a lot about Native
John
Americans.
Bernthal's got a small part in it,
Yeah.
which he absolutely destroys.
Oh yeah, absolutely destroys. Really talks about the indigenous people in this movie, and I think Jeremy Renner and Scarlet Witch from the MCU are fantastic in this. Jeremy Renner's best performance outside of Arrival, I would say. It's
Yes.
just such a fun watch. It really touches on a lot of kind of what the reservations are dealing with in Wyoming and kind of what these people have to go through on a day-to-day basis. And there is a murder that happens in this movie as well that they're trying to figure out. So Wind River, go watch it. I believe it's on Peacock, if I had to guess, or Paramount, one of those two.
So I'll talk about whenever. I don't think it even did that well in the box office.
No, it did
But I
not.
remember I saw it in the theater, and I remember seeing the trailers for it. And I'm like, this is going to be amazing, and the cinematography is absolutely beautiful because it's just it's in, again, where is it? Wyoming. Is that
Wyoming,
where?
yes.
Wyoming. It's Wyoming during heavy snowfall, heavy winter scenes, and it's like a desolate, cold. Like when I watch the movie, I feel cold
Yeah,
because everything's snow ridden, and in a weird way, when I watch that movie, it's very relaxing for me. It's
it
an
is.
easy
Yes.
watch.
Yep.
It's got some great gunfight scenes. I really like some of the gunfighting
Yep.
because it's true to form. It's gritty. It's dirty. It's not super clean.
It's a good
Um,
like
it's
when you think of like a winter movie, like, oh, I'll watch this movie in
hmm
the winter. Like The Thing and Wind River are that for me.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
But yeah,
So,
no, phenomenal movie, phenomenal
yep.
movie. So Chad, what is your number seven?
Number seven is another Clint movie, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Sergio Leone movie. Um, no, what is it? Clint Eastwood's character. He's an ambiguous um, gunslinger.
Yep.
With dealing with his partner and kind of unpartner. Like they have like a love hate
Yeah.
relationship. Um, I believe it's Angel Eyes.
Angel
Yeah,
Eyes is Lee Van Cleef.
yeah.
So it's the other character, the ugly
The,
character.
sorry, yeah, the ugly. They're on a hunt for buried Confederate gold. There's multiple shifting alliances, betrayals, confrontations, and it's got such an amazing soundtrack. I can't remember who did the soundtrack, but it's that classical composer that did a lot of the spaghetti westerns, like the wow wow
Yeah,
wow. Wow.
classic.
Yeah, and it just, again, classic Clint staple. Um, yeah, that's
Yeah,
all I really got on
classic.
that one.
Yeah, moving on to my number seven, The Hateful Eight, the last Quentin Tarantino movie on this.
Okay.
I just think this is probably the best character dialogue for a western, because this movie takes place in one cabin and it's dialogue heavy. You have
Yes.
Kurt Russell, you have Samuel L. Jackson, you have Channing Tatum at the end. You just have a lot of characters who are trying to figure out what's going on, and I just love the banter. Quentin Tarantino really knows how to do fun dialogue that keeps you engaged. This movie is a really easy movie to get bored in if it wasn't done right. And I think he
Oh, it
steps
could have
up.
been a flop.
Oh,
So easy.
this could have been the worst movie of his
Yes.
filmography, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like this is top four for him. And I just love everything that happens. Samuel L. Jackson also probably my favorite performance in a Quentin
Yeah.
Tarantino movie for him. And also Kurt Russell kind of stepping back into giving a great performance. I mean,
Yeah.
went for a long time kind of doing some rom-coms and
Hmm.
staying out of the shadow. I'm also not a fan of Kurt Russell, so this is a little biased.
Yeah.
But yeah, so The Hateful Eight, it's also fucking funny as well. So, and
Yeah.
also another movie like we talked about with Wind River and The Thing earlier, takes place in the winter. It's very calming. Like it's a movie you can just put on and it's just fun to watch.
It's similar to the beginning intro of Red Dead 2, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, definitely took inspiration. Like Red Dead definitely took inspiration from The Hateful Eight for sure. So, Chad, what is your number six?
Oh, man. I'm Clint heavy here. Number six is Unforgiven
Mm,
with Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman. Um, what is it? Clint Eastwood is a retired gunfighter, bandit that was trying to find peace, raising his family. His wife dies. He's raising his boys by himself on a farm that is struggling to stay afloat. And there was a villainous character that cut up one of the we'll say, yeah, prostitutes, and they
mm,
gather their money. They're looking to hire a gunman. Clint Eastwood is the person taking the bounty with his old partner Morgan Freeman, which he, in his adventures reconnects with him, says, "Hey, we got some money to be made. My farm is gonna die. My kids are gonna die if I don't get this taken care of." And they are, essentially on the journey to deal with Gene Hackman. And Gene
Mm,
Hackman is just a brutal, brutal sheriff that just goes with whatever the coin brings, whether if it's with the law or against it. And it's just a great adventure. It's great steps of the story. It's not just like it doesn't just cut to them dealing with him. They deal with him in
yeah.
the end, and the end is a very dark, gritty, awesome gunfight. Some great scenes, really close up, like close quarter Western gunfighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really, really like it.
Really
So,
sad I haven't watched this one yet. I know this is hailed as probably Clint Eastwood's best directed film, or at least top three for him. I didn't realize Morgan Freeman was in it either, so that's also another reason
hmm
to watch it. So, Unforgiven, okay, yeah, my number six, 310 to Yuma. This is actually I watched the 4K for the first time as well.
the Russell Crowe one, right?
Yes, and
Okay,
Christian Bale. Um,
nice.
just really two really good performances. James Mangold, who directed this, really knows how to do action. This, I for me, has some of the best action sequences that I've watched for the Western genre. James Mangold, who went and did Ford versus Ferrari, which is also a phenomenal movie with Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Russell Crowe also kind of stepped back into giving another good performance. Previously, kind of did a bunch of whatever kind of movies, kind of got out of the limelight and stepped back into this. The action, I think, is what sets this movie apart. It is just so much
Yes.
fun, so much fun, and it's also just once it starts, it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
The train sequences are just so much fun. So 310 Yuma, if you haven't seen it, really fun watch. Modern Western, a really good
Yes.
modern Western movie. I think it came out in like 2006.
Yeah. My next one is again another Clinton film, The Outlaw Josey Wales. So this is a little bit of a controversial movie because it portrays the South as the good guy, and the Clint Eastwood is a Confederate soldier. His family is murdered by Union soldiers. Josie Wales, Clint's character, joins a Confederate guerrilla group, becomes an outlaw, refusing to settle to the North. There is one of the beginning scenes. He's given him and his brigade are giving an option to surrender to the North. Without any of his men killed, they are betrayed. Um, they are, started. They are like ambushed. Like during the surrender, Clint Eastwood jumps behind a Gatling gun and starts mowing people
Hmm.
down. From there, again, he goes on the lam using a lot of guerrilla warfare tactics of the time, and yeah, it's a totally different perspective than you really have ever seen. Again, the South is considered, the good guy, the
Yeah.
winning side.
Yep.
So I really really like it, and I think you started watching. You said you got
Yeah.
halfway through it.
I got about
So
halfway through. I'm gonna finish it probably tonight.
yeah, I really like it.
I love that the movie starts out with his son getting killed,
Yeah,
and it's a really young son, so it kind of hits you.
yeah,
And I believe his wife also dies, or if
yes,
she gets taken.
yeah.
Oh no,
I
there's
believe
two
so.
burials. Yeah,
Yep.
so I'm about halfway through it, but I'm enjoying my time. So that one didn't make my list, but I'm sure once I finish it, it probably will, just because you
Yes.
have talked about how good this one is. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's really good.
Unforgiven would also make it on my list.
Yep.
Alrighty. My number five, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. My least favorite out of the Dollars trilogy, which I was kind of shocked because this one is hailed as like one of the best westerns of all time, and it's great. Like it's number five for me, but I can't believe people say this is the best one. It's clearly the worst one out of the trilogy. Um, Iconic score. I love Lee Van Cleef in this, right? Angel Eyes. I think his shift in character, though, like if you go from a few dollars more, they have a good ending. He, gets revenge for his sister being killed by Indio. And when I started watching this movie, it kind of was jarring the fact that he was
Put on some light here.
like,
Sorry.
his character just kind of changed for me. He becomes the bad guy in this, quote unquote. He is the bad in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. And I just don't care for where they kind of took his character. I also don't really love the Civil War setting. It spends a lot of time at the Battle of a Bridge, and it's a nice stepping point. But I just prefer uh, the smaller scope that the original two give. Iconic score. Obviously, the ending between the three characters is phenomenal. I think the ending where basically Clint Eastwood you think is going to leave the ugly character to sit there and be hung, right? He leaves kind
Yeah.
of this treasure in front of him, and he's also hanging. And then at the end, he shoots him down. Just be like, hey, you know what? I am the good guy. I think the action's really good in this, but also probably the weakest out of the trilogy for me. But still a phenomenal movie. I gave it a 4 out of 5. But yeah, the good, the bad, the ugly. Chad, what is your number 4?
Number 4 is a movie of Charles Bronson, and it's kind of a hidden gem. And this movie does not get, I believe, the love it should be. Quentin Tarantino even did a an interview where he talks highly about upon the movie Death Hunt. Charles Bronson, his character is he's a Canadian wilderness man,
Mm-hmm.
a skilled trapper. He is falsely accused of murder. This guy just wants to live on his own in his cabin, away from everybody, and the Canadian Mounties pursue him into his very well fortified, well thought out cabin, where he gives 10 guys the fight of their life, where they are just they're outside his cabin the whole time taking shots. He's dug in with trap doors, mounted weapons, and he is just he's thought 10 steps ahead. He's definitely showing the chess player type character in this. And
Kind of like a Western Rambo.
yeah, yeah, I that's you could say that. It's got some great characters in it. I'm trying to think the gentleman who plays Apollo Creed, the original
Oh,
Apollo from the Rocky
yeah.
movies. He's one of the guy. He's one of the Canadian Mounties going after him. Like his character is conflicted. He's like, hey, this guy just wants to be left alone. Why are we going after him? Like the first they try to but you try to bring him in. Like, hey, we kind of know what happened. You were defending yourself. Let's just go get it cleared in trial. In the court of law. One of the Mounties takes a pot shot at what is it? Charles Bronson's character. He says, hell no, closes his door, and at that point he's like, no, I'm shooting my way out of here. So
Mm.
great movie. I have it on Blu-ray. It has not been released yet on 4K. So please, yeah, grab it for me when you're here. I think
Definitely
you'll really
sounds like
like
an
it.
Arrow kind of release, doesn't it? Like
Yeah, I
Arrow,
hope I hope
Kino.
it gets. I hope somebody picks it up.
Yeah.
It's worthy of picking up.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kino hasn't done it because they've done a lot of Bronson. I'm
Yeah,
sure that is probably on their list eventually.
Kino or Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so my number 4 is Tombstone. Hi, I wanted to put this on here just because I feel like if you talk about the Western genre, Tombstone is such a significant movie in terms of culture, has a big cult following. I don't know if it did well when it came out. I wasn't alive when it also came out. I think this came out in like mid 90s. Or no, was it earlier? Was it early 90s? Might have been early 90s.
Yeah, I think like 94.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, Val Kilmer, who what a run that guy was on during the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, you do The Batman, you do Tombstone, you do Heat, phenomenal, right?
Yes.
Oh, Top Gun, duh. Forgot about Top Gun. So yeah, I just think this one is just it's such an easy watch. It just kind of gets into it. Doesn't really change the wheel. It doesn't do anything too crazy. But I think in terms of being an iconic movie, this movie has so many quotables, especially from Val Kilmer's character. And yeah, I just think it's probably the most fun to watch as well. I mean, this and I would say 310 to Yuma or even Django are probably
Yeah.
the most fun to watch easily. Unfortunate Disney botched the fucking 4K. Unfortunately, I know the picture quality is pretty decent, but I mean
It's good.
they released it for like $60 when
It,
it
it
first
was,
came out.
I think it's a high quality 4K, but yes, it was way too much, and I did pay for that.
Yeah,
For
I
the
mean,
Steelbook.
if it was $30, I'd buy it. But
Mhm.
the fact that they made it 60 is just insane.
Have you seen the 4K version of it?
I've not yet. No.
Grab it for me. I think
Okay.
you'll be impressed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Chad, you're number 3.
Number 3 is Jeremiah Johnson with Robert Redford. Um, more back to like a wilderness survival movie. Robert Redford is living in the wilderness with his family. His family is killed, and he just goes on and kind of an adventure on from his life from there. And he goes kind of leaves civilization, as much as he was already in it, learning and learning how to live as a mountain man. It shows his development, learning from everybody he runs into on his path. It's just I don't want to say it's a long movie, but it's a long story of his life. And he's retaliated. This man goes through such crazy trials and tribulations. Just when you think he's kind of found his peace, no, this happens, and then he has to go on another adventure, another chapter of his life. And just throughout the movie, he is just surviving trying to survive for his life
Yeah.
against nature, against humans, against just the next barrier in his way. Great movie, great movie. I love Robert Redford in these years.
He's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, my number three, Dances with Wolves, directed
Nice,
by
good.
Kevin Costner. 3 hour or 4 hour epic, I would say. I think it's 4 hours. I just love the character development of this movie and kind of the journey you go on.
Yep.
So Kevin Costner's character is a part of the Union, and he kind of gets sent off, and he becomes, acquainted and really involved in this tribe. He, befriends a wolf, hence why it's called Dances with Wolves, and also falls in love with one of the tribe members. And this movie really shows very well that there's no good and bad side a lot of times. It's just different perspectives. And you really get to see his perspective of change throughout the movie of, hey, like these people aren't what everyone is saying. Then it turns into him having to battle his friends, right? The US Army that's coming through. And he gets captured. They kill his horse because they think he's a traitor. And towards the end of the movie, he has his wife, and they kind of have to leave the tribe just because he knows that the U.S. Army is looking for him. They're going to kill him, wipe out the tribe. So he kind of does
Yeah.
the best thing for himself and the tribe and says, "I'm just going to leave." It's such an epic. The only thing I would say is to sit down for 4 hours is asking a lot. It's
Yeah.
asking a lot.
That's 4 hours. Oh, I did
I
not
believe the
realize
movie
that.
is 4 hours long. I'll tell you the official runtime right now.
Yeah. It's long.
Um,
I know that.
yeah, I remember when they used to show it on TV, they would do a part
Two
one,
parter.
part two. Yeah.
It was probably a two
Um,
VHS deal back in the day.
oh yeah, for sure. The runtime for Dances with Wolves is I'm sorry, it's 3 hours.
Okay.
Okay. But for back then, that's long. I mean, especially when this movie came out, like you weren't really getting a lot of 3 hour movies.
Right.
Came out in 1990, so Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
didn't come out to really kind of set the pace for that. But yeah, Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner's best directed film, probably the best performance of his career. I haven't seen that new one he put out though, that Horizon Western movie that he did recently.
I haven't seen it.
He self-funded it, and it's a three-parter. The first part came out last year. I don't think did well at the box office, but I think it got really good reviews. So,
Check this out. I'm gonna touch more on Dances with Wolves.
mhm.
I wanted to confirm if it was a two VHS set back in the day. There was a director's cut that ran 3 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking of then. Yeah,
Yeah.
because my mom used to own this movie on DVD, and I remember her having two discs for it, and
Yeah.
then
There you go.
it was part one, part two. So, yeah, I mean, good movie, long as fuck. If you watch the director's cut, it's just like Lord of the Rings. Like, it's
Yep.
really hard to sit down and watch a 4 hour director's cut. Like,
It's a multi-viewing.
oh yeah, it's
Experience.
it's definitely like hey, we're gonna watch the first half tonight, second half tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Chad, you're number two for top 10 westerns.
Number two movie is Open Range of Kevin Costner. This is a movie that one of the I remember seeing that trailer in the theaters for this movie, and I was pretty young. I'm like, no, I need to see this movie. This movie looks amazing.
Hmm.
And one of the first things I remember seeing in the trailer was and realizing how realistic this movie is, how like realistic the set is. Like for
Yeah.
instance, like the window panes are blurry. It's not this like perfect piece of glass. It looks like a hand forged piece of glass of the time. And I'm like, oh, this is different.
Hmm.
And again, it's Kevin Costner. Robert Duvall, what a powerhouse! What two powerhouses.
Oh yeah.
They're essentially free grazing cattlemen, going from plane to plane, trying to drive their cattle. Um, they find themselves in a town with a powerful rancher that hates free grazers. We hate free grazers. They start pursuing him. They kill one of their friends that they're working the cattle with. Kevin Costner is a checkered gunfighter, is a gunfighter with a checkered past, really trying to live on the straight and narrow path. With Robert Duvall. Robert Duvall's kind of his mentor, kind of his dad-like character that's taken him under his wing, and they both decide like, no, hey, enough is enough. We are going to avenge our friends, and they have an epic gunfight in this town. Um, on the against the sheriff and his posse, getting retribution for their friend that was killed, and then the friend that was um, almost killed, like shot multiple times. Super hyper realistic gunfight, brutal. Um, yeah, done very well.
Hmm.
So,
Also, one I have not watched yet.
yeah.
Alrighty, my number two, A Fistful of Dollars. I think first off, this was the basically first movie to start the spaghetti western subgenre,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, what an introduction for a character, the man with no name, really put Clint Eastwood on the map for his
Yes.
for his acting. I love that when I watch this movie, you really step back in time to when it came out because like when people get shot, you don't see blood, you don't see bullets going through. They don't even have bullet
Nope.
holes.
Nope.
It's very stripped down, but I love the story. Basically, shows up. I think it's San Miguel that is the city. It's a border with on border with Mexico, and there's two smuggler families, and basically Clint Eastwood's character plays both families, sells them information to get them to fight each other,
Hmm.
so that he can end up getting the profit. Such cool imagery, like the gunfights. Like for instance, one of the big first gunfights is Clint Eastwood just fucking kills four people, like just like that, and
Yeah,
it's just so much.
He's John Wicking it before John Wick came out.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and it's just so much fun. And like I said earlier, my struggle with westerns was for a lot of western movies is it has a very slow burn. I
Yes.
appreciate this trilogy because first off, the dialogue's great. I think the characters are very interesting right
A
off
lot
the
of character
bat.
building.
A lot of character building, and Clint Eastwood is just so charismatic. And the action, even though it's campy and there's not blood spewing everywhere, it's so much fun. It's like it reminds me of the video game Gun from the PS2 era.
Yeah.
Love that move or love that video game, but it's just fun. There's a lot of shooting, and I just love that he's setting up both families to kind of figure out like
Hmm.
how do I win? How do I eventually overcome both of them? So that is my number two, 4.5 out of 5. Chad, what is your number one?
My number one is Tombstone.
Wow, okay.
Again, Tombstone, Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer.
Hmm.
As much as I want to talk about Kurt Russell's main character, Val Kilmer steals the show, playing the best rendition of Doc Holliday we have ever seen.
Yeah.
It's about the story of Tombstone, the most famous gunfight, the gunfight in Tombstone at the OK Corral. Kurt Russell and his brothers. Oh God, why am I? Sam Elliott is
Yeah.
one of his brothers, Bill Paxton.
Hmm.
Sorry, let's go through this again. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Bill Paxton, and the amazing Sam Elliott.
Yep.
All four brothers come to a town, want to strike it rich.
Billy Bob
Done
Thornton.
with, thank you. Um, Done with their time as lawmen, and they're trying to strike it rich. Well, they come to Tombstone. It is a lawless, prosperous town, but lawless. And early on in there, like a really awesome sheriff, like this character that you love, gets killed by the I'm trying to think of the characters. It's the character of the gang, Johnny Ringo, and
Hmm.
like the Red Sash Boys, the Red Bandana Boys. I'm really jacking this up right now, and they decide, okay, enough is enough. We are going to, you know, be, become law enforcement again, sheriffs again, and take care of business. And they get the badges, they get sworn in, and they do what needs to be done. And against like the wishes of the town mayor when he wants to be very political, the way they deal with them. They're like, no, there's only one way to deal with this. We've been dealing with this our whole lives. Step back. And I want to talk on Val Kilmer's character as uh, not Wyatt Earp, but
Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday is just Kurt Russell's ride or die friend. Like everybody's like on the edge, like, hey, I don't think you should be hanging around that guy. I don't think you should be hanging around that guy. Kurt Russell's like, I don't give a shit what you think. That is my most faithful friend. Love him, hate him. He might be a cheater, poker player, professional
Yeah.
gamblers, all around scumbag, but he is faithful to me.
Mhm.
And his character, Johnny Depp's character, Doc Holliday, feels that same way with him. Um, I think there's a scene on that movie where he's like, "Well, I got lots of friends," and Doc Holliday, Johnny Depp's character, looks to the person he's talking to. It's like, "Well, I don't.
Yep.
He's my only friend." And they just show such a honor and such a dedication to each other from the beginning to the end that it's just a character that I just absolutely respect and love. And great score, great gunfight scenes. I mean, it shows him kicking ass and taking names in the OK Corral gunfight scene. Love it. I rewatch it all the time. Grab the 4K from me.
Yeah.
It's a high quality 4K.
Okay.
It sucked because it was $60 when it launched.
Does it have
Which
Dolby
was,
Atmos and everything?
yes, it has it
Okay.
all. Dolby
Yeah.
Atmos and Vision.
Yeah. I mean,
Grab it.
think I know they still sell. Let me see. Let me just see how much it is right now.
Yeah.
Because it was only, I think.
Only Steelbook. I
Yeah.
believe
Oh, they
it's
do have a
only-
slipcover now. They do have a slipcover now.
Okay.
For $30. So I will grab it right now.
Yeah, grab that. Yeah.
Yeah, because the steelbook is about $60.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, my thing about steelbooks is like it's good. It's a good looking steelbook, but like it's not something that like wows you. It's like holy shit. Like
Yeah.
even like Terminator 2 steelbook is sick. Yeah. So my favorite Western, out of all the recent Westerns I have watched, I did not think I was going to give a single one a 5 out of 5. Western is just not my genre. And I didn't grow up with a lot of these films. My mom doesn't really watch Westerns like that besides Dances with Wolves. And this movie, I thought about for days after. And that's for a few dollars more. The sequel to A Fistful of Dollars. I think it's the greatest Western of all time. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's already one of my favorite movies of all time. It is so good. Let me just show you. A metal poster
Sick.
that you just hang up on the wall, which I also grabbed the Heat one. Yeah, so, I mean, first off, I think Indio is the best villain out of any Western movie I've ever seen. I love that he is very greedy. I love that he's very conniving. He will betray you. This movie talks about him raping and killing a woman, which was very rare in the 60s. They did not want movies to portray any violence like that. And this movie stepped over the line for a good reason. He is so despicable. You don't like him. Then you add Lee Van Cleef as Angel Eyes, who second best character in this trilogy, easily. He is so charismatic. I love him and Clint's dynamic that they're working together to get this gold that Indio has, and they join Indio's gang, and they get caught, they get beat up, and then it turns into the end, which I personally like this ending more than The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. But to set it up, Indio has this locket, and this locket he got from the woman that he killed and did stuff with, and it plays a sound. It plays a song when you open it. And basically, Clint Eastwood's character's like, hey, man, go ahead and have Indio, like, to Lee Van Cleef, because that woman that was killed was his sister. And so basically, they say Indio previously in the movie tells another character, when this song runs out, that is when we are going to shoot each other. And also, he kills a whole family halfway through the movie as well, Indio's character. And so the ending, he plays the little locket, and Lee Van Cleef kills them, and then rides off in the sunset. And it's so badass. And then Clint's character, because he's about that money, picks up all of the gang members because they're all worth so much money. I love it. I think this has the best soundtrack out of any Western. I prefer
Hmm.
this over The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. And it's just the action's so much fun. The cinematography also, just the different set pieces. It really takes place once you get about halfway through the movie in one town. The dialogue is just perfect. I
I
love
really
this.
like. Yeah, sorry I interrupted.
Yeah.
I really love the end scene when they're running around the cemetery trying to find where it's hidden. Right? Is that?
Oh, that's The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, this one is no, it's just the shootout between Indio
Got it.
and Angel
Got it.
Eyes.
And is he wearing the chest piece armor, the pieces of stove?
That was, I think, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly
Man,
as well.
yeah. Okay, sorry.
But yeah, no, it's so good. And like I said, best villain. And this movie kept me thinking about it for days, which is very rare. And I didn't think about it. Like Tombstone, I really like, but it didn't like the next day I wasn't thinking about it. I like the soundtrack so much that I went and listened to it on my phone. Like that's how
Yeah,
much I like
I
it.
have some of them on my Spotify.
Yeah, they're just so good, and it's campy, but it's so much fun. I give it a 5 out of 5. But yeah, for a few dollars more, I mean, what a fucking blast. Leone, however, like I also like was shocked to find out that they filmed this in Italy and like around the surrounding areas
Yeah, the cost
because
was so much less, and there was a huge
exactly,
fan base for it. That's why they
yep,
call it spaghetti westerns. So.
exactly. Which because when I was watching, I was like, wow, this looks like Arizona, this looks like New Mexico, and I was like, let me just see where they filmed this, like because maybe they filmed it in Arizona, and no, I mean it's Greece, it's Italy, so. What a fantastic movie. If you had to watch, for me, any of the movies out of my list, I would watch this one. It's its own little story. And yeah, so that is my list. Chad, I would recommend a rewatch. I'm going to give you the
Yeah,
4K, so I would
yeah,
rewatch
no,
it.
I'm gonna rewatch them again. I have one of them, but yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yep. And yeah, so that concludes my list. But yeah, the whole Dollars trilogy made it on mine. One of them made it on yours, so I'd recommend those as well.
Hmm.
Literally, I have the Outlaw right here on my desk
Hmm.
for watching. Um, but yeah, Chad, have you bought any 4Ks recently that you want to talk about, or
Jeez. Let
been
me
kind of a
think.
little bit of a stretch? I put some stuff on pre-order, but nothing bought yet.
Yeah, I got a lot of my stuff's on pre-order, like Blue Thunder, the helicopter battle movie.
Yeah.
I got that. I'm
Mm,
gonna pre-order Fight Club. I'm pre-ordering. Oh, we were just talking about this. Oh, I got a Racer, the
yeah.
Schwarzenegger flick on pre-order. I'm gonna spend way too much money and get Death Wish 2 from Vinegar Syndrome because they decided to pull that movie out of print because I am a huge Death Wish Charles Bronson fan and I
Yep.
need every one of them in my series. I don't think I've bought too much else.
Yeah. I've been dropping money.
Same.
I got the Arrow Stranger Things 4K set, the big collector's edition.
Yep.
I ordered from Second Sight Films. They did The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling.
Hmm.
They did that 4K. I got from Umbrella, Wrong Turn, and then from Arrow, I got the Dollars Trilogy set that they're doing just because I love them so much. And yeah, I upgraded my. You talked about your Dolby, adding 2 more speakers to your Dolby Atmos setting or setup. I bought a brand new player. It's the Panasonic UB450.
Nice.
It was a big update for me, upgrade, because my previous player, which was a Sony, did not have Dolby Vision. It did not have HDR10 plus. So I could see it immediately. First movie I threw on was Arrival, and any movie that's had Dolby Vision just looks better.
Hmm.
So yeah, and also, dude, the thing I hate about the Sony players is they cannot handle 100 GB discs. I had a lot of
Really?
freezing on, so I have in my house I have 3 Sony players. I have a really nice one that was like $150.
Did I
That's
give you one of those?
you gave me the I have like a super small one. You gave me I think one of those.
No, I'll
Uh,
give you the X800.
oh, is that's the big one? Oh, that's mine. Yeah, yeah, that's my one I upgraded from.
Oh, nice.
That one struggled a lot with 100 GB discs. I would have constant freezing about halfway through.
Hmm.
I would have to fully stop the movie, eject it, reinsert it, and then start the movie again. And then it wasn't just that player. I have 2 other Sony players that are like around the $100 range that I have like in my living room and in another room. And those struggle a lot with those bigger end discs. Blade Runner, I would have multiple freezes of, and I thought, okay, maybe it's my disc, but then I tested my disc out on my new system, and it's fine. All the movies that I've had freezing issues with are because of the player. So I'm happy. Huge upgrade. I showed you guys the poster for a few dollars more. I'll show you the Heat poster real fast. But got this beautiful
That's sick.
Heat poster. It's from Displate. They're like $40, but literally you put a magnet on your wall and just stick it up there. They're fully metal too. So yeah, I love them. So I'm gonna get some more to have some background.
I'm really happy you went with a Panasonic player because I gifted you the that Sony player that actually was gifted to me from my sister and she's the one that got me into the 4K lifestyle. I upgraded from that to the big boy, the Panasonic UB1000.
Yeah,
and I spent the money. It was crazy.
It's like $600, isn't it?
It was $1,000.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it plays CDs at an audiophile level. It has every audio selection and format. So it just I've had that player probably close to 7 years now. So
Yeah.
it's just been absolutely flawless. I may do a modification to it where it'll make it completely region free. But yeah, no, I love that you got a Panasonic player. I'm glad that's working
Yeah,
out well for you.
I've been loving it. I've been loving it. It's really like enhanced my my viewing experience at home.
Good.
And it'll probably be my player for the next few years, and then I probably will. I know they have a newer version of the 1000.
1000K
Yeah, so I'll probably go with that one.
region free.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because we're never gonna have 8K on disc. It's just not gonna happen unless we go back to giant laser discs sized.
That'd be kind of dope.
It would be. What's funny is there's this horror store that actually I want to take you to.
Yeah.
And they sell Laserdisc horror movies. I sent you a picture of a Nightmare on Elm Street. I think Dream Warriors.
They had such cool cover art on Laserdisc.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, they did so well to space. It was same principle as vinyl records.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they didn't make a crazy amount. I would say I think that and Betamax are just such cool things to collect. But Betamax is insanely expensive now. I don't know if you've looked at like a lot of items from Betamax, but it's expensive to collect now, which fair. I mean, it's rare. And even Laserdisc, I think the one I sent you was like $40. So it's getting up there for something that completely flopped and died. Another format we haven't really talked about. Do you remember HDD?
HD DVD, and that was part of the PS3 Xbox 360 war. And
Xbox 360.
360 was a whole separate unit, which is crazy.
Red case.
It was that between Blu-ray. And Blu-ray beat it. Yep.
Well, Blu-ray was just such a better format. But even HDD, depending on the disc, is getting expensive. So it's like, I love to see this kind of this collecting side of, I think, physical media start to really gain popularity, because VHS, a lot of people are collecting now. 4K has always been collected.
The
Blu-ray's been
VHS
collected.
thing blows me away because it's an aging media, and VHS sucks to deal with.
Yeah,
it just
absolutely,
sucks.
absolutely. Well, you deal with a lot of rotting. Disc rotting is a thing. But I mean, to be honest, I've had my Blade Runner 4K for 10 years now, and I have no disc rot. I have DVDs I've had for 20 years, no disc rot.
Yeah.
So it's just funny, but yeah, that's really all I had. Chad, was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, that's it, man. I think we covered it all.
All righty. Well, thank you all for following us on TikTok, Instagram. Been posting reels and TikTok, so please go and follow there. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Share. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio as well.
Ask questions. Get in the comment section. I'd love to see some activity.
Yeah, let us know your favorite Westerns. If you haven't seen any of these, please let us know. And yeah, we really appreciate everyone for all the love. Instagram's been popping off, so really appreciate everyone for liking and sharing. So we will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.
Later.